Actually, the battles, the face-offs get normalized now.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven, aka Storm, and we're back for some more of the Elder Scrolls Online as Reewish, the Mighty Battle Lizard, here in High Isle. We are currently on the not-so-beautiful Amanos Island. We're going to try to get the stuff on Amanos done today, so we can go back to the mainland, except we're not going to finish the public dungeon today. I'm going to try to see if I can't finish the rest of the main story, but we'll just have to see what happens. Alright, so our first target is over here, I believe. There's a mining place we need to get to. Let's go down to the Way Shrine and head that way. Oh, I should probably send out an invite to let people know that I'm streaming. Completely forgot to do that. I actually have a grape soda that I'm drinking while I'm streaming. I found these, they're honey brewed craft sodas. They're made with honey, but they're fire brewed craft sodas. So instead of being like made through, a processing machine, they were actually brewed over a fire. It's actually really good. Yeah, the brand is like, I'm not even sure. It looks German. From my limited experience of what German words look like. But how is everyone doing today? There's the quest I need to pick up.
Maybe a dust-covered warrior. Finally! My father is the overseer at Broke Rock Mine. He defends the prisoners laboring inside the mine from the gangs outside its camp. He's struggling, though. He thinks I can't help. I'm a Thama vocalist now.
What's a Thama vocalist?
I sing to cast spells. Father says I'm suited to be a court performer, but I want to help people. Mother wrote that Hadalid sea monsters attacked the mine. Father's sentries were supposed to escort me to the mine, but they never came.
There's a mine on the prison island?
The prisoners aren't villains. They don't ask for much, and House Mornard employs Father to give them what they need. Look, the mine's in trouble. Will you accompany me? I can pay, and surely Father can't say no, not with you there. What do you say?
I'll go with you to Broke Rock Mine and help you with the Hadalids there.
The mine camp is just over that hill there. This is going to be fantastic! Can you imagine the look on Father's face when I arrive with you to help? He'll be so impressed. Maybe we don't mention that I left Amanos Station without an escort, though?
What's Broke Rock Mine?
It's a place where banished prisoners work in exchange for warm meals, clean water, and a little protection. They unearth ammonites for House Mornard. Father never let me leave the camp. He said Amanos was no place for a child.
What are ammonites?
You want to know about those boring old shells? They don't look like much to me. Father says mages use them to store magic, somehow. I never listened when Father talked about the ammonites.
Why would prisoners want the mine's protection?
You know that the banished prisoners can never leave the jungle, right? Well, the jungle is dangerous. The mine gives them a place to work in exchange for a little bit of safety. Father employs a lot of sentries at the mine to ensure that safety.
Why does the mine use prisoners?
Who else would do it? They're the only ones here. Prison labor is plentiful and cheap. The mine offers them short contracts. Agree to work for 3 months, get room and board. A lot request to stay on longer or leave and return later.
How does House Menard have ties to Amanos?
They control the whole island. Father says the aristocrats on the other islands don't know anything about Amanos. But there are lots of House Mornard representatives at Amanos Station. Mother reports to them once a season.
Why do you need an escort?
My magic can help people. But if Father had his way, I'd be stuck conjuring butterflies for nobility my whole life. Father never even let me leave the mine camp without 3 bodyguards.
What are you doing on your own then?
I've been away from Amanos for a while. Father allowed me to get a better education. Magic, music. No one masters those things without teachers. I was lucky to find mentors from both the Bard's College and the Mages Guild.
How does singing help you use magic?
Most mages cast a spell with some arcane gestures
and
their innate mental power. That's how a friend explained it. I can't. My music focuses my magic. I had to train with many renowned mages and bards to get where I am now.
Yeah, I'm hoping that this is a sign that the Bard class is coming to Elder Scrolls Online. I would really like to play a Bard. So you play music to cast spells?
Sort of. My music is the spell. Once as a child, I sang a little ditty and turned the cooking fire green. One of my more eccentric tutors liked to babble about tonal architecture, but even he didn't understand it. I'm sure my songs are easier.
Can you tell me anything else about the Halidids?
Father never let me get close to one, so I've only seen them from a distance. They're covered in thick shells and have beady eyes. They seem to really like the shoreline and tide pools. Honestly, they don't frighten me.
Yeah, if the Halidids stay near the shore, what are they doing in the mine?
I asked Mother the same thing when I saw her. She didn't have an answer for me. The Halidids weren't in the mine one day. Then they were in the tunnels, attacking everyone who came near.
They must have found something that set them off. Alright, to the mine. How are you doing today, Joe?
I once hit... There it is. Rope. I always wanted to climb those guard towers. Father never let me.
Did you leave your mother back at Amanos Station? No, absolutely not. I cannot have you getting underfoot. Go to your room.
I bring an adventurer to help, Father, and you send me to my room? Ugh!
Why couldn't Marilyn stay with her mother? I don't have any sentries to spare on her protection. Adventurer, since you're here anyway, we should speak. Come here.
This is nice. Aurelia and I used to go camping like this on High Isle. Seems like a long, long time ago.
You're the adventurer who escorted Marilyn here? I suppose I should thank you for ensuring her safety. I'm surprised that you're not a tall tale like the others she invented to get away from her bodyguards when she was younger.
You must be Marilyn's father.
I have that singular fortune. My wife is away in treating House Mornard for more centuries. She's better at handling Marilyn. I don't agree with my daughter's actions, but her instinct to bring you here was good. I could use your skills.
Marilyn said there was something going on in the mine.
And now my daughter is sharing our secrets. Yes, the mine is in a state of disarray. Creatures known as hadolids invaded the lower tunnels. Work stopped. Sentries and prisoners are dead. I can barely hold the mine with the forces I have left.
What do you want me to do?
Give me your map. The towers around the mine reported that a caravan laden with medical supplies was drawing near. They have yet to arrive. Find out what's keeping them. We're desperately low on bandages. Don't dally.
I'll find the missing supply caravan.
If we don't manage to quell the Hadolid invasion, I'm gonna have to abandon the mine. House Mornard will not be pleased.
You're the overseer of this mine?
I am. Many years ago, I was only a warden working at Amino Station. House Mornard took note of my work and gave me leave to oversee Broke Rock Mine. They treat my family and I well. In return, the mine supplies them with precious ammonites.
Those who work for you are prisoners.
Prisoners swing the pickaxes while sentries keep an eye on things and organize work in the tunnels. Don't be fooled by misplaced compassion. The prisoners deserve their sentences, and my mine provides them with protection, food, and pay.
Where did the Halliards come from?
The Hadolid's origins are a mystery and not my concern. Dealing with their infestation is my priority. Nothing holds them at bay. Enough talk. Our tasks require attention. Go. Find my missing supplies.
That sounds like it's taking forever, Joe. And you need one for every stat, right? It's not like one per character. You need one for every single stat that you're uncapping, right? Assassin beetles, really? Of all the things that could have attacked. One for each character. It's a skill book.
The
Okay.
caravan? Where is everyone? Giselle. Derek. No, 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 no. They're gone. Dead. How could this happen?
Is this the supply caravan?
It was so close to the mine. What attacked them? It looks like a beast tore them apart. But which one? Could it be the Hadolids?
You think the Halliards did this?
It couldn't have been the prisoner gangs. They left a lot of supplies behind. Is this what adventuring is like? Seeing the people you grew up with? Like this?
Sometimes. The Halliards might still be around here.
I'm not going to leave without singing a song to honor my friends. These crystals will project my voice to the other carts. Would you check for the supplies while I sing? I see the other carts to the left.
I'll look for the medical supplies.
I hope this song brings your spirits peace. Oh, good. You have the supplies. I'm nearly done. Ah! Look! On the ridge! There! Monsters! Hadolids! There was blood on their claws. Were they coming to kill me?
Were those crystals glowing?
Resonance crystals. The prisoners carry them to amplify the mine's sounds and help warn them of any collapses. But I use them to make my songs louder too. Did the glow scare the Hadolids off? No. It was the music.
Your music scared off the Halliards?
I think so. Or it calmed them enough that they left peacefully? Pucks. I never finished the song. I'll have to start from the beginning now.
What if the Halliards come back?
I'll find more resonance crystals. Their power and my song will keep me safe, and I'm going to honor my friends, monsters or not. You should go back to the camp. Tell Father what happened here.
I'll tell your father what we found.
I'll catch up to you once the song's done.
I dropped into the camp last time. How did I manage to do that? I don't know. Good question. How did I manage to do that?
The Hadalids. They attacked your father.
The Hadalids attacked. What happened?
The Overseer. He was forced into the mine during the attack.
They dragged him into the mine? No time to lose, friend.
We drove the Hadalids back into the mine with everything we had. Swords, fists, rocks. The prisoners even used their pickaxes. But the Hadalids, their claws are just so sharp.
Are you hurt?
I'll survive. Not everyone was so lucky. We'll be digging graves tomorrow. Hopefully not for the Overseer, or his daughter. Please, follow her. I can't do much to help against the Hadalids now.
I'll follow Marilyn into the mine.
My trusty adventurer friend. I felt rather foolish the moment I ran in here without you.
Why didn't you wait for me?
From what Enoch told me, it sounded like the attack just happened. Maybe if I'd been faster at the caravan, we could have rescued Father.
Do you have a plan?
No. I don't have your experience, but I am not going to twiddle my thumbs while Father's fate is decided. And if you don't think I can do this, I'll prove myself to both you and Father.
Do you know how to navigate the mine?
I explored the tunnels a lot when I was younger. At night, of course. I didn't want to be caught. Unless they dug new tunnels, I'll know where we are.
Alright, let's go into the mine. As somebody who's played a lot of Minecraft, it's really easy to get lost in your own mine that you've created. Especially when the tunnels get really long and you've gone like really far without hitting like a danger zone. It becomes a cluster trying to find your way back out unless you put signs up or something.
Did you hear that? It sounded like it was coming from in here. Yvel! Stendar, blind me. What happened?
Marilyn? You can't be in... The Hadalids. They're coming back for us.
Yvel, you're in no state to fight. Adventurer, we need a plan. Yvel and the others are too hurt to fend off the Hadalids outside. I took some resonance crystals from the caravan. They should amplify my calming song. Do you still have the medical supplies?
I still have the supplies.
Good. Tend to them as best you can. I'll see if the song works on the Hadalids. I think I know what happened before and how to recreate it.
What if the song doesn't work?
I won't go far. If the Hadalids keep coming, I'll run to you and we'll make our stand. It'll be the two of us against all of them. No pressure, right?
I'll use the medical supplies to heal the wounded.
I'll keep the Hadalids at bay. Patch up Yvel and the others.
If any more monsters throw rocks at me, I'll be ready for them.
Lushujat did not like the taste of that. But Lushujat never likes potions.
Thank you. I'm sure that'll feel better in a few days' time.
Thank you. It's already starting to ease my pain.
The Hatalids are leaving.
Where did Marilyn? Marilyn? That song! The Hatalids aren't trying to get in anymore?
It worked. Friend, check in with Yvel. I need to catch my breath.
Where did Marilyn learn to do something like that? That was completely different from when she would conjure butterflies in the gardens. Thanks to you both, we won't die in here.
Will you and the others be able to make it out of here safely?
Thoroughly and I know what we're doing. And that prisoner over there, Bellaton, is spoiling for a fight. We'll be fine. Besides, if you two made it here, then I'm sure the way back outside is safe enough. We'll go there and reinforce the camp.
Overseer Barthel was dragged away in the Hellion attack. Did you see him?
I didn't see him, no. But we heard those monsters screaming in pain. Couldn't make sense of it until now. The Overseer has a reputation for being fearsome in battle. The sounds disappeared deeper into the mine.
We'll head deeper into the tunnels.
Father can't be far. Let's go. That's Father's dagger. He came this way.
It looks more like a butcher knife than a dagger, but okay.
That's a piece of Father's cloak. We're definitely on the right path. A cane? He was one of Father's personal guards. We need to find Father, quickly. That's Father's voice. Father, are you hurt? Where are the Hatalids?
Marilyn? You're supposed to be safely outside. Adventurer, come here.
I am
I
safe.
spent my entire life keeping Marilyn out of harm's way. Did it matter? No. Here she is, deep within a mine, filled with horrible creatures who've already killed my best sentries. This is a disaster. How did you manage to find me?
We tracked your battle with the Hellions through the tunnels.
Marilyn saw all of that and she's still in here? No. Why am I surprised? Of course she'd stay. I held off those foul beasts as long as I could. Do whatever you can to get them out of my mine.
What do you have in mind?
They must have some reason to remain here. Kill them. Poison the tunnels. I don't care. I am leaving, and I'm taking my daughter and all my sentries with me. It's far too dangerous here.
You believe Marilyn will leave with you?
Marilyn still thinks the prisoners here are her friends. She never fully understood the dangers of Amanos. And I wouldn't be a good father if I left her to discover it now. Don't leave these tunnels until they're safe.
I'll deal with the Hellions.
Oh, friend, I have an idea. Here, take the resonance crystals. These are the ones I took from the caravan site. They are the key to everything.
How will the resonance, how will okay, whatever. How will the crystals help?
I can calm the Hatalids with my magic. With the resonance crystals amplifying the song, we can get more of the Hatalids to stop attacking us. But I think I can get them to do something else, too.
What's your plan?
My plan? I'm going to change the nature of the spell. Make it so the Hatalids aren't just calmer, but they don't want to be in the mine at all. I'm sure I can convince some of them to leave.
You can do that?
I'm a Thama vocalist, remember? My music casts magic. If I can change my lyrics, I can get the spell to change too. We'd need to place a lot of resonance crystals. I know just the spots. And we'll need to find the entrance the Hatalids use.
Let's find some Hatalids.
Father, we're going in to deal with the Hatalids.
Leave the Hatalids in the hands of a capable adventurer. You're staying with me.
I won't let my friend face the Hatalids alone.
Young lady, you will listen to your father.
I fared better against the Hatalids than you or anyone else. I'm going deeper into the mine. You can make it out on your own.
Don't worry, she's safe with me. for the most part.
We're still standing. Be proud of that.
Yeah, we're gonna kill it. If we see him, we're gonna kill him, but otherwise we're gonna try her plan, so. Excuse me.
Water. This tunnel must be the deepest. These crystals have to work. The Hadalids can't stay here.
Stow your weapons, my friend. We've won.
Not yet, Isabel. Not until we
I have a good...
not until we wipe out all the Hallians.
Guard up. Get moving.
It doesn't seem like the Hadalids made homes here yet. Maybe they'll be more likely to leave.
Oh, I had a funny idea earlier, Joe. You remember when I was telling you about the fake trailer announcement that was live on Twitter earlier?
We're near the shore now. Maybe tunneling here angered the Hadalids. The entryway has to be close.
What if they accidentally like got it right and like there actually was a trailer tomorrow and they had like no idea that it was actually going to happen, and they're just like we're not gonna
Let's look for
we're not
the
gonna
entryway.
say
Maybe
that
it's
we
upstairs.
predicted it correctly, but we are gonna heavily imply that yes, we knew it was coming. Not that I'm actually expecting them to be right, but I just think it would be hilarious if there actually was a trailer tomorrow after that.
Up there! They have to be coming from those holes. Let me get a better view. Yes! Alright, place the crystals. I'll start the song.
There are none left to stand against us.
Her song is quite beautiful when you can actually hear it. Alright, let's get GTFO. You know, since we're already here, we may as well talk to Casca. Man, she did really well.
Walker, is that you? What are you doing here? Are you a prisoner? No matter. Just seeing you makes me feel 100 times better.
Good to see you too, Casca. Zaji has been very worried about you.
Sachi's alive! That's good to know. Now I can kill him for getting us wrecked as soon as I see him. When the storm hit, it was all I could do to hang on to some wreckage and make it to this beach. We're on Amenos, right?
Yes, this is the prison island. I came to find you and the 3 Alliance leaders.
The Alliance leaders, right. I keep meaning to try to find Queen Irene, but every time I get started, more of those prison mongrels rush out of the jungle and attack me. I love a good fight as much as the next sailor, but I'm exhausted.
If you're up to it, we can search for the Queen and the others together.
Sure. 2 noses are better than 1. If we can pick up Queen Irene's scent, I can track her. That's sort of my specialty. The nose knows, as the kittens say. Stay close and follow me.
Right behind you, Casca.
Let's look around. If I catch a familiar scent, I can follow it.
How did you and Zaji get picked to transport Queen Irene to the peace conference?
Peace conference? Is that what this is all about? Zaji received orders from the crown. Probably because of our reputation as dragon slayers. And smugglers, we're good at that too.
What about the rest of your crew?
Chisbari, Sidura, and the rest stayed behind in Central because of the secrecy. They gave us royal agents to crew the Pounce. I'm not sure there are any other survivors to find. I didn't see anyone else make it to shore.
Well, at least the rest of the crew survived, so at least Sai-Sahan's not down another dragon guard. That would have been bad.
Someone used this shelter recently. Their scent is fresh. Familiar. This way. What have we got here? The remains of a fire. There are tracks here. This way. Let me take a sniff. Oh. There was a fight here. What's that? On the ground. That medallion has the Queen's scent all over it. There! I have her trail. Follow me.
Once we find the Queen, I'm going to briefly break away to finish that other quest, and we'll come back and continue on this part of the quest.
The Queen is in danger.
Well, first I'll save the Queen, then we'll go do that. Yeah, no,
this
she can
jungle is
handle
dangerous,
herself.
Casca. Even your friend shouldn't be wandering about.
Sheesh, Irene. Think you'd be a little more grateful that I came to save you. Hold on. Trying to path this way is always an annoyance.
This is not the end of our tale.
Oh, there we go. That's how you do it.
Marilyn, you proved more capable than I thought. Your mother was right in sending for you.
I'm capable? Does this mean you'll let me go on adventures?
Ah, adventurer. Come over here.
When I was a kid,
He
on
very
cold
quickly
nights, I used
changed
to
the
curl
topic.
Up by the fire in the
Thank you.
I'd sit there with a book and
Thank you. Marilyn told me some of what occurred with the Hadalids. I'd like to believe it was all your doing, but maybe it's time for me to reconsider my approach to our discussions. Her magic has its uses.
What will happen to the mine now?
If my wife was successful in her negotiations with House Mornard, she'll return with enough sentries to replace the ones we lost. With the Hadalids calmer due to Marlene's song, my sentries will be able to fight them off in due course.
Are you worried that more Halids will come into the mine?
If they do, we'll be ready for them. I'll come up with a strategy to further deal with the infestation tonight and speak with the sentries. No one will be caught unaware again.
Sounds like you'll have the mine up and running in no time.
That's my job. Marlene is excited to talk to you. I suggest you say your farewells before you head back out to your, adventuring.
We did it! Once the prisoners and sentries recover, they'll be able to return to work, without having to worry about being attacked, too.
The new song that you did, the new song did what you thought it would?
My plan worked! Or, it looks like it's working. You believed in me even though I know I wasn't entirely prepared for this adventure. At least, I wasn't when we set off. Thank you. Take this. It's from my father and I. I can't believe it. We did it! I did it! I always knew I could use my magic to help people, but now we proved it! I can be an adventurer.
Is that what you want to do in the future?
The future? It's what I want to do now. Look at all the good we did here. We saved the mine.
Where do you think you'll go?
Somewhere where no one knows who I am or who my father is. When I leave, I don't want to feel like I'm still proving myself to him. I'll be an adventurer in my own right. Maybe Kefram. Or Somerset. Ships sail to those shores all the time.
So, that's a possible another hint to what's coming. Hold on, let me look this up. It's been a minute since I looked at it. While I'm remembering, I need to share this. Yeah, Kefram is a region of Hammerfell, and this is like another person talking about going to Hammerfell. That's at least like 3 people talking about it recently. So I think there's a good chance next year we could be going to Hammerfell in game, or they could reveal that the Elder Scrolls 6 is taking place in Hammerfell. I would be okay with either one of those revelations. Okay, what the frick? Just die. Hello again, Queen Irene.
This jungle is dangerous, Casca. Even your friend shouldn't be wandering about.
Ariel, bless my crown, but it's good to see you, my friend. Don't tell me you got washed onto this oblivion-cursed rock, too.
You have my apologies, old friend. I must smell like a 3-day dead gua right now.
Lady Arabelle sent me to find you and the other Alliance leaders.
Ah, Lady Arabelle. I knew she wouldn't leave us to rot in this jungle. But she only sent you. Not an army or a chivalry of knights. No matter. I welcome the company. Trouncing these green serpent bastards is amusing, but I'm starting to grow weary.
I can signal a rescue ship as soon as we find High King Imric and Prince Issachar.
Ah, yes. We were together for a time, but we argued and he rushed off in a huff. I believe I know where to find him after we make some preparations for our rescue. You can signal a ship, but I can help calm the storm that hugs the coast.
How can you do that?
Never heard about my time with the Sea Elf pirates? They taught me some weather magic. Could you get what I need for the ritual? A claw from a volcanic beast, a feather, and the bones of a drowned sailor. Sadly, these beaches are thick with those.
I'll find the items you need for your weather ritual.
Gather the claw, a feather, and the bones, and I'll make sure the rescue ship can reach the shore safely. While you're gone, I want to take a look at Casca's wounds. She won't admit it, but I can see that she's hurt pretty badly.
Can you tell me what happened before your ship was wrecked?
It was a well-planned and dastardly attack. I could sense the magical nature of the summoned storm, and none of my own arcane protections functioned. They blocked them, somehow. If the storm hadn't raged out of control, I'd be dead now.
You know they lost control of their storm ritual?
Of course. I'm not an archmage, but I know my way around a spell or two. They must have had agents aboard as well, because I sensed a pulse of magicka before the storm hit. Whatever it was, the bastards rendered every enchanted item we had useless.
Do you plan to go forward with the peace talks?
Absolutely. Tamriel is changing, and her leaders must adapt. The situation in Cyrodiil right now, I can't see a way forward. Perhaps these talks represent a solution. I'm always in favor of people sitting down to have an earnest conversation.
You mentioned a pulse of magicka. Is that why we couldn't track your invitation medallions?
Perhaps. I also understand that Amanos has protections in place to discourage scrying and portal spells. Between the two, it's no wonder the Mages Guild couldn't trace our medallions.
Yeah,
The stories I've heard about Queen Irene are incredible.
Oh yeah, Isabel is an absolute fangirl. If you talk to anybody that she simps for, you'll get a huge amount of reputation. You get the most reputation for talking to King Emmerich and Lyris Titanborn.
Let's go.
And my gosh, does the girl simp.
Trade. You'd think I'd see this one day.
I always hear that guy, but I never see him. I don't know where he is, but... Oh, there she is.
Casca will be alright. And you have the items? Well done.
For Stendar!
While portals to and from Amanos are prohibited, I can teleport within the confines of the island. It just takes more effort. Interesting. Thank you for procuring these items. With them, I can clear the storm when we're ready to depart.
We still need to find King Emmerich, or High King Emmerich and Prince Issachar.
Oh, very well, if you insist. You may not believe this, but Emmerich and I do not always see eye to eye. He's as stubborn as his throne is uncomfortable. Why the Bretons insist their king must suffer every time he sits down, I'll never understand.
Where were you when High King Emmerich took off on his own?
Here, I'll mark your map. It was just north of here. I wonder how excited you'll be when the eagle and the lion are back together again. We tend to argue. A lot. I'll catch up after I prepare the items you brought me for the ritual.
Be careful, Queen Irene. The green serpents are still hunting for you.
Have no fear, I'll be along shortly. I just need to... Never mind, it's complicated. Magicka. Don't worry, I've got this. Go find Emmerich.
Maybe she sat down on it. Can you tell me what happened before your ship was wrecked?
It was a well-planned and dastardly. I'll be fine. I just need a moment. Sea elf magics are always so...
I mean, it's possible. Emmerich's only been married for a couple of years, so I mean, it's completely possible that he had an affair with a pretty high elf adventurer that showed up in his court one day before she became queen. 100% possible. I bet Rosendar was super ticked off too.
This is the spot. But no Emmerich. That man is infuriating. This complicates the situation. Let's talk. Emmerich isn't here, but he left behind a number of green serpents. For a man of his advanced years, he can still swing a powerful sword.
Can you, any ideas on how we can find High King Emmerich now?
Emmerich is nothing if not reliable. Look at the way the dead serpents are laid out. Isn't it obvious? He left a trail to follow. It leads directly into the cave just up the path. Go ahead and look for him.
Aren't you coming?
I'll be along shortly. The poultices should have done their job by now, so I want to go back and retrieve Casca. We will want her strength at our side before this is over. And she needs to be nearby when you signal for the rescue ship.
Alright, I'll go look for High King Emmerich in the cave over there.
Don't worry about me. If I could survive the politics of Somerset, I can handle an inhospitable island. I'll retrieve Casca and we'll meet up with you in a bit.
Okay. And also there's another quest that I had to pick up because it's a delve.
You there? There was a shipwreck. The others need help.
What's up, Sergeant?
Our ship was attacked by coral, I think. It just grew out of the waves, and I don't know what happened to the other sentry, Veslin, or the sea elf prisoners we were transporting. I woke up alone on the beach.
What do you need me to do?
The sailors and other jailers call that place the Coral Cliffs. I won't survive the trip inside, but you're an adventurer. You're my only hope of getting the survivors out. Another House Bernard ship expects us. Our prisoner exchange is overdue.
How do you know Veslin is with the prisoners?
I counted the footprints. Enough for each of the prisoners and Veslin. She's with them, mark my words. I just hope they're all right. Get Veslin and those ne'er-do-wells out of the Coral Cliffs. House Mornard will see that you're compensated.
I'll bring them out of the Coral Cliffs.
The Coral Cliffs aren't an area anyone wants to be lost in. Strange noises thereabouts. Makes me shudder. You find my fellow sentry and those prisoners of ours. Get them out of there safely. I need to rest my hurts before we move on from here.
Where were you taking the prisoners?
North. House Mornard has a larger ship waiting for them. We were tasked with taking the prisoners to the ship from Aminos Station. Their captain gave Gold and her word that she wouldn't attack Mornard's ship in return for her crew's safe return.
Tell me about the shipwreck. You said you were attacked by coral?
It sprouted from the waves like some curse from nature. Dozens of faces lost beneath the waves, prisoner and sentry alike. The lieutenant said the sea elves might act up, captain's bargain or no, but I have never seen one of them magic coral.
Is transporting sea elves particularly dangerous?
This lot seemed congenial enough for pirates. Their captain paid well for their safe return, but taking a sea elf away from land? No, I can't believe they did this. Powerful sea elves make weather trouble. Not what we got. Not the coral.
The prisoner's captain paid for their release?
Piracy may be the work of scum, but it pays well. This lot was lucky to be caught. Most pirates go down with their ship. I suppose House Dufort felt charitable when their patrol ship captured this bunch.
How many prisoners were you transporting?
Our ship held 15 and 10 sentries to keep watch over them. I only saw 6 prisoners and Veslin flee the ship before it was too late. I was the last to make it off before it went under.
Did any of the prisoners stick out or act suspiciously?
No, not as such. Though there's one who's friendly with all the others. Kyrysnia. She got along with everyone and even thanked me a few times for their upkeep. Didn't think anything of the chatter before.
Let's see. I'm not going to ask who House Menard is. We've been doing this for like 4 weeks now. I think everyone's aware who House Menard is.
Stay back. You're not one of those slimy druids. Who are you? I've got to get out of here. Why didn't I just drown in that shipwreck? They turned them into coral. Sunagil. Those Eldertide bastards turned him into this glow. Then they fed the glow to the coral.
Eldertide bastards?
They said that the archipelago belongs to nature. That they were carving a balance between the natural world and greedy mortals. They brought us through the caves and up to the platforms above. Then they shoved us into cages.
Did the druids use their magic on Velishin too?
Veslin? She was whole when I escaped. I offered to help her, but she wouldn't leave the others and I had to run. I had to. I can't do anything. Not against the Eldertide druids' power. But you can destroy their coral.
Why would I destroy the coral?
The Eldertide sacrificed my shipmates to it. Those druids need to suffer. The coral is inside the caves, just down that hill. Make them pay. I'll give up piracy if you do as I ask. Smash the coral! Free the others, please!
Before you go, I have more questions about what's going on here.
Right now? But... oh, all right. If knowing more about them will help you save the others, I guess I can stay in this place for a bit longer.
Who are the Eldertide druids?
They're the ones who should be locked up in the Amino stockade. They're not even supposed to be here. They corrupt nature. Even their magic does horrible things. It hurts, too. The way Sunagil screamed.
Do you know why they chose coral?
Does there have to be a reason? Eldertide druids can corrupt other sea creatures, too. Urchins, sea stars, fish, crabs, that sort of thing. But the coral they corrupted here... it looks like the coral that wrecked the ship. They planned this.
How can I find the corrupted coral?
They changed the coral into something unnatural. It stinks of druid magic and... blood. It'll look different too, if there's light enough to see. I'm not going to let them turn me into that.
Do you remember where the coral is?
I passed by one a little while back. It should be down that way. The other corals are probably inside the caves. We could still hear our shipmates' screams from the cages we were locked in.
Who are the Eldertide druids?
They're the ones who should be locked up in the Amino stockade.
Oh, we already asked that. Okay.
Anyone still alive will be in the cages above. Destroy the coral. Make those druids pay.
Hey, that's not nice. Also, children, I do not recommend doing this at home. It is incredibly bad idea to destroy coral in real life.
I do believe we're good at this.
Oh, come on. Alright, that's one destroyed. Okay, that's 2 down. If I'm not mistaken, I think the Sky Shard's over here. Yep. Wait, did that not finish it? That was weird. I just saw your post in the group chat, Joe. It's pretty funny. Oh, this way.
No guts, no glory.
Woohoo! I love being Argonian. Teenage Mutant Ninja Argonians, do 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 do. Argonians, count it off. Wait, it's taking me back outside again? Hold on. Maybe I shouldn't have dropped down. Okay, this is where we started. We went that way into the cave. Wants me to go back into the cave, but honestly I don't really see a reason to do that. Go this other way. Can I get that other way? Oh, I have to go through a different cave entrance, I think. Hold on. Yeah, I shouldn't have dropped from the... I shouldn't have dropped from above. I should have stayed up. That was my bad. No, no, okay, I thought the game was gonna crash there for a second. Yeah, one thing I'll be doing quite often in Skyrim is I will be saving obsessively because I don't want to lose progress, especially in a game like Skyrim where, you know, if you forget to save for a while and then you get reset, you could literally be put back, you know, so much content. It's utterly ridiculous how much progress you can lose if you're not being careful.
Serpents to fight. Good. I'm just getting
over
started.
Here, quickly. I don't
No hope. They're gonna kill him.
Thank the eight you're not one of those druids. Hurry, get us out of here. The druids, they're using us to feed their quarrel. The screams. I don't want any more of us to suffer that pain. Please, please get this door open.
Sergeant Bruska sent me to find you and the prisoners.
Sergeant Brusick survived the wreck. The Sea Elves said he was as good as dead. They regretted leaving him there as soon as those druids locked us all up. The Sergeant and I take care of our prisoners.
I ran into one of the Sea Elves. She said that the druids fed the other prisoners to the coral.
That would be Kairiznia. She offered to pick the lock on this cage, but I couldn't leave these two. Seeing the druids when they killed Suni Gil and the others, it broke their spirits. Kairiznia's many things, but she's not a liar.
You saw what they did, and you chose to stay?
It's my job to guard the prisoners. I failed so many of them already. I'll not fail these two. If you open the door, I'm sure I'll be able to rally their spirits and get them out of here.
I'll unlock the cage.
Either pick yourselves off the ground or let me carry you. We're getting out of here. Sergeant Brusick's waiting.
Dang, Emmerich is good.
You don't appear to be one of these green serpent ruffians. Shame. I was hoping to notch an even 20.
Emmerich, it's me. You know me.
My friend, what a turn of fate to meet you here of all places. I didn't accidentally banish you to Amanos, did I? No, of course not. I'd remember if I saw your name on one of those prison writs. But what are you doing here? Pray, tell.
Lady Arabelle sent me to find you and the other Alliance leaders.
Lady Arabelle, you say? How is the dear woman? She and I have shared quite a few close calls over the years. But she only sent you? I assumed I merited at least a dozen knights or so. Ah, well, I assume you have a way to get us off this damn island.
I can signal a rescue ship as soon as we find Prince Issachar, and Queen Irene can clear the storm.
Ah, you've seen Irene. And she's still alive? Good. Do you know, I was looking for young Ernskar when these serpents rushed out and tried to toss me in that cage. I showed them. But I think they may have captured our wayward Nord prince.
I did overhear some green serpents mention they had captured one of you.
I half expected to find our young Nord prince sitting atop a pile of dead serpents, but no such luck. Let's take a look around and see if we can find anything that points to where the serpents might be holding Euron's pup.
Alright, I'll look around.
Come to think of it, I also heard these serpents mention a captured noble. I suppose that's what whoever's behind this told them. No reason to reveal we're royals. Instantly raises the bounty. I really wish I'd taken one of them prisoner, though.
What does a High King do exactly?
What does a High King do? Everything and nothing, or so it seems some days. I lead the Daggerfall Covenant, I rule over High Rock, and I attend meetings. So many meetings. Any other questions before more of these serpents show up?
How did you get your crown?
Over my strenuous objections, honestly. I was Earl of Cumberland. Before King Gardner died, he dropped dead of the Nahartan flu, and suddenly I was crowned King of Wayrest. Haven't had a decent night's sleep since.
Why did the pack send Prince Issachar instead of his father?
That's a good question. Yoren the Scald King was invited, of course, but the official response we got out of Mournhold was short and sweet. His son would negotiate on the Pact's behalf.
Do you think that's going to be a problem?
Not for me. I have heard that Ernskar is something of a royal pain in the arse. But aren't we all, to some extent? Perhaps Yoren is using this as a training exercise. If Ernskar doesn't make matters worse, maybe he'll learn something.
Okay.
You
Look
talk to
around.
High King Emmerich so
Ernskar
easily.
was here.
Have you
before
ever
they
read
moved
some of
him.
his writing?
I'm sure of it.
He's actually a very talented author.
The Scald King's axe. Ernskar held that like Queen Maria grips a sweet roll. He wouldn't give it up willingly.
You're really mean to your wife. Letter from Desh. Claiming the Scald King's axe. Good for you. I'm sure it will be an excellent trophy. Also tells that these nobles were more important than the Ascendant Magus let on. But why don't we have the other two nobles in our hands yet? Get out there and find the others. The Magus doesn't accept excuses. They want the three nobles, whoever they turn out to be, and so do I. I want the reward the Magnus promised, a way off this rock in freedom. Tell those idiots to get to work, or I'll feed each and every one of you to my beautiful pets. And make sure the one we do have is secured in the coin fort. Just be careful. He fights like a giant. Of course he does.
Fights like a giant. That sounds like Ernskar. And he's at the coin fort. Well done.
Oh, I wonder if Issachar would, or I wonder if Joran and his son would be rune knights in Dungeons and Dragons because they fight like giants. That would be pretty cool. Honestly, though, if I was to play Joran in D&D, I'd probably make him a bard. Sword bards can use like axes for their abilities, right? It's not just exclusively swords.
Hero! If you had any interest in the sea, I would take you on in a heartbeat. If Estlin told me what happened, is it true that a few of those druids were enough to cause our shipwreck? All those lives lost at sea, how much harm can they do? How many more ambushes do they have planned? Makes a person reconsider their work.
Veslin and the surviving pirates are safe.
Oh, it does my aches good to hear that. We'll let House Mornard know what happened here. Spare others some pain. Veslin says you convinced at least one of them to give up piracy. You hauled more than was asked of you. Take this, with my thanks. House Mornard will hear about what happened here. The good and bad both. Druids turning the living into coral fodder. A fight between mortal life and nature? There's something strange happening here. But it's beyond my comprehension.
What will you, how will you get the prisoners out of here without a ship?
While you were helping my prisoners, I got my bearings out here. We're not that far from Broke Rock Mine. I've made the run there a time or two in the past. We can make it there and get the assistance we need to make it back to Amanos Station.
Will you be alright?
Like I said, it's not too far. I've recovered my strength, Veslin is none the worse for wear, and my prisoners will help us defend ourselves. Don't worry about us. We'll be fine.
What will House Bernard do with you and Veslin?
What happened here was out of our control. We'll make a report and get another ship to take the prisoners where they need to go. Mornard will see to the Druids here. It might take some time, but the danger they pose won't be ignored.
How will the CL's captain react to only getting 3 sailors back?
She'll be angry. Of that you can be certain. But the prisoners will tell her what happened. I suspect Kyriznia will lead that charge.
What will House Bernard do about the Elder Scroll Druid or Elder Tide Druids?
Not sure. Usually, if we avoid them, the Elder Tide Druids leave us alone. This was out of the ordinary. House Mornard will need to do something, but I don't know what. I'm just a sergeant, but I'll do what I can to put a stop to this.
I think, you're the one that gave up piracy,
it's
right?
It's not in my nature to give up my own freedom, and I'm not. Piracy isn't the only life out here. Veslin and her captain won't see trouble from us, and we'll fight by their side. We swear it, on the constancy of the tides.
Good to see you still well, Emmerich.
And you, Iran. Nice, cat. I say, friend, let's chat. I washed up alone, and now I'm surrounded by allies. At least, allies for the nonce. It's funny how fate can change in a moment, eh? Let's talk about the things we found in the cave.
We found a note from the Green Serpent leader.
Right. Mentions taking their captive noble to the coin fort. That has to be Prince Ernskar. Amanos used to be a stronghold for High Rock slave traders, but that was many years ago. There's a crumbling old ruin just west of here.
There were Breton slave traders?
A long time ago, yes. Not something the Covenant sanctions today. But you're missing the pertinent point. The Green Serpent gang is using the old coin fort as a hideout, and they're holding Prince Ernskar there.
We also found the Skull King's axe.
We did indeed. There are songs sung about that weapon. Literally. Yoren performed one of them the last time we shared company. We must return it to the prince when we find him. Anyway, our course seems clear. We make for the coin fort to the west.
Right, we'll meet at the coin fort.
Don't worry about me. I'll meet you at the coin fort. It's just west of here, if I remember my maps. I'll just spend the walk thinking about the choices I've made. A little retrospective.
See, I really hope this means the war will come to an end.
To know the High King knows something of our deeds.
Casca will run ahead and clear the path. I'll make my own way there. I'll see you at the fort. Do try to keep pace with Casca, Emmerich. She'll keep you safe.
And she's gone. Again. Don't worry about me. I'll just take the long way around. I could use a nice walk.
Yeah, I really hope that that they decide to end this pointless Three Banners war. It's funny. the Ascendant Order may have brought about the end of the war that's allowing them to try to strike at the Alliance leaders. I find it hilarious if it does happen, and it was all the Ascendant Order's doing for putting them into a place where they had to work together. Not that I sanction what the Ascendant Order has done in any way, shape, or form. There's been way too many innocent lives lost.
Truth be told, this is one of the most relaxing diplomatic missions I've had in quite some time.
Walker, we need to talk.
Yes, Casca.
Bright moons shine upon us, Walker. Before you arrived, I did some sniffing. A scent like the one that lingers on that axe you found. It's inside the Coin Lord's old fort. I'd bet Zaji's left ear that it's Prince Ernskar.
Any ideas on how we get inside?
Queen Irene suggests subterfuge. They seek the nobles. Let's give them one.
You're suggesting we hand over one of the Alliance leaders?
In a word, yes. Pretend Emmerich is your prisoner. Escort him to the front gate and wait for them to let you in. Meanwhile, the Queen and I will await your signal. After we free Ernskar, we'll find a place to signal the rescue ship.
As long as the High King agrees, that could work.
The High King most definitely agrees. Lead on, my foul captor.
Come, Casca. Let's see how much trouble we can get into.
If you insist.
Yes. Before that, I have one more quest to do on Amulet. I'm going to knock that out, and then we're going to... Actually, you know what? First, it's break time. So I'm going to go take my break, then we're going to do this quest, then we're going to finish the main quest here on High Isle, or here on Amanos. And we're done with Amanos until we go to do the public dungeons, and we'll continue on the main quest. I feel like we might be able to knock this out today. I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, let's go ahead and continue.
You? I hoped it was Oblan approaching, but you make a welcome sight. How strange to meet again on such a dangerous island. I could use your help again. Some pirate stole the Prowler. Have you seen Oblan? We split up to search for our ship.
No, I haven't. Who stole your ship?
Good question. Many people desired the Prowler due to her speed and beauty. When we came ashore for supplies, I told my crew to keep watch. I hope they're safe. Until we find her, Oblan and I are stranded. And we have important places to be.
How will you find Oblan?
Oblan is as resourceful as he is crusty. I bet he left some way for me to find him. I could use a second set of eyes to search along Skulltooth Coast. Help me find Oblan and the Prowler. I have a few valuables on my ship that could be yours.
I'll help you look for Oblan and the Prowler.
Even if we do find the Prowler, I won't take off without Oblan. A captain never leaves a sailor behind. When we split up, he took a northwest path to the beach. We'll start there. Look for any sign of where he went.
Tell me more about Oblan.
A better quartermaster you won't find. He's meticulous. knows the whereabouts of every rope and biscuit that comes aboard. Oblan always manages to get exactly what our crew needs, even if their requirements are less than accessible.
What do you mean by that?
We proudly sail for the Aldmeri Dominion during a time of war, yes? And I would never allow the Prowler's crew to betray our allies. But sometimes, only some strong bottles of Blackbriar mead will lift morale, and Oblan will know how to get them.
How does he do that?
I never ask, and he knows better than to tell me. I've learned when to look the other way. If a bottle of Nord mead or a dark elf card game gets me a happier crew, what's the harm? Now, if I could only find a way to cheer up Oblan.
Is Oblan unhappy?
No. He just enjoys acting surly. I doubt he feels happier than when he's growling at a young sailor for losing a fork or something. But I'd give anything to see him smile one day. Even for just a moment.
I'd like to know more about you.
Well, surely my reputation precedes me. The great captain of the famed Prowler. I kid. Sure, I may have sailed all across Tamriel, delivered supplies that turned the tides of battle, saved the lives of heroes, but there's no reason you should know me.
Actually, yes, I do know you because we met on a previous island, so you're a supply courier.
The Prowler takes on many tasks. These days, yes, we do a great deal of shipping for the war effort, but we'll take on passengers or even livestock. Anything to keep the crew fed and the ship afloat.
What brought you to land on this coast?
Oh, the usual. Just picking up supplies for our journey to the Somerset Isles. Nothing really notable at all.
What kind of supplies could come from the coast of a prison island?
The usual kind. Ropes, hammers, crabs. No, I shouldn't lie to someone who offers me help. But also, I can't tell you the truth. All I will admit is sometimes the Prowler takes items where they aren't supposed to go.
But why come here?
We often use this beach as a transfer station for these items. Not many people can sail here, which makes it perfect for hiding. So, when hired for such a job, we make the pickup here, away from prying eyes.
What makes this coast such a good hiding place?
Amanos has earned a reputation for destroying most ships that approach it. The water here stays forever angry, and the shore's rocks chew through most hulls. The name Skulltooth Coast is rightfully earned. Unless one is a brilliant captain.
Which, most of the captains we know are incredibly good captains. Except Zaji. Zaji would be screwed without Casca.
Ha! Oblan left us a trail. This symbol means he went north. I think this is east. Yes, he went east, I'm sure. Another mark. We're on the right.
I will scratch out your eyeballs!
Do you hear that?
Let me down!
Well, that doesn't look good.
Oh, this is very embarrassing.
Jamila said you probably found trouble.
I'm sure it's painfully obvious at this point that you found me in this predicament. Perhaps you could help me out of it?
You're pretty high up there.
Where is that Breton? He said he'd be right back.
Which Breton?
Breton? I'm a Breton. Who are you? Another intruder, eh? You come for my nets? My buckets? Speak quickly. And don't you go telling tales. Me and the lads, we'll know.
I'm trying to help this Khajiit and his captain find their missing ship.
They lost their ship? How'd they do that? Not as if it's a set of loose keys or a wayward dog. Doesn't matter. What matters is the food that cat stole from me. The lads and I might be able to help find this ship, but not before you get me some tack.
How much food are we talking about?
A week's worth. Might seem like a day's worth to fat-fingered townsfolk like you, but I'm frugal. I make things last. I'll free the cat if you snatch up some victuals from the shore. I won't risk another run-in with those damn fish elves.
Oblong won't last up there that long. Just let him down and let's talk about this.
Fine, fine. I'll gather my own damn tack. Been doing it for years. Why stop now? What I won't do is go trawling for my pack. I lost it in that big wreck down there while running from some sea elves. Find my pack, then we'll cut down the cat.
Who are these lads you keep talking to?
Who are these lads? You hear this, Watkins? Like a nearsighted horker, this one. My lads! My crew! Can you not see them?
I see some scarecrows.
Well, sure, they're a mite thin, but there's no reason for calling names. You try scraping it out on this god's-forsaken rock for 6 years. Oh, they didn't mean it, Donald. Don't get all weepy again.
Right, so where can I find your pack?
Like I said, it's in that hulk at the center of the shoals. I was picking the bones of that beauty. Then the fish elves came snooping around with their swords and bad breath. I had to scramble out of there triple quick. Lost my pack in the process.
What's in it?
Look at the nose on that one, Donald. What's in it? Great big pile of none of your business, that's what. That and a scrub brush for Watkins. Stinks like last week's skunkfish. You didn't hear that from me, though.
Alright, I'll go retrieve your pack. Isabel, get away from the crazy man. What's with this expansion? People being crazy.
What does this stuff do again?
It's kindle pitch, and it's highly explosive. Make sure you don't drop any.
You take me for a clumsy fool. I won't drop...
What did you do? You idiot! I told you kindle pitch is highly explosive.
They're dead, if it wasn't obvious.
Together.
There you are. It's about time. The lads were making bets on whether you'd come back or not. I put half a potato on you. Looks like old Adwig's a few potatoes richer. Ha! You hear that, Donald? Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Now, how about it? Find what I asked for?
Yes, I found everything you asked for.
That you did, that you did. Thank you. Your friend Jimla here's got a silver tongue. Talked me into cutting down a quartermaster before he passed out. He's still passed out, though, for a bit. It was that boom what woke him up. What was that?
A couple sea elves blew themselves up with kindle pitch, I think.
Ha ha! You hear that, lads? Fish elves blasted themselves to bits! To oblivion with a lot of them, I say! Ha! Of course, their crewmates might have found some more. Dangerous stuff. That's troubling. Why don't you talk to Jimala? I need to think.
Alright, I'll speak with the captain.
Well, what are you still standing here for? I've got, thinking to do. Oh, for 8's sake, Donald, I know. You'll have your supper in a moment. Never satisfied this lot.
How did you come to be on this island?
That, my friend, is a story I've not told in a long time. 6 years on, the terror is still too close.
Alright, I guess.
There we were, rolling high on the swells, Watkins to my left, Donald to my right, and old Captain DeVoe at my back, barking orders like a man possessed. I'd never seen a storm like that, not in all my years at sea.
So, you were shipwrecked?
Aye, a shipwreck like you wouldn't believe. I had a grip on the wheel, see? All of a sudden, a bolt of lightning struck the mainmast and split the ship clear in two. Took everything I had to get to shore.
And you were the only survivor?
What? No, I managed to get half a dozen of us to shore. Donald, Watkins, and the others here. They were a little banged up, Watkins especially, but once I put his arms back on, he was right as rain.
So you've been stuck here for 6 years?
Aye, 6.5, I suppose. We stopped keeping count when Donald lost the chalk. Can't trust that one with anything. We'll get out of here eventually. Just a matter of time.
Jamalia might be able to get you off the island.
Aye, me perhaps, but not my crew. I can't leave the lads behind. It's about loyalty, see? Loyalty. Like Jimala has for her quartermaster. You understand.
Are you worried about the sea elves finding you up here?
No. On the shore, they set the terms. But up here, I've got snares, pit traps, you name it. Of course, I had to build them all myself. I love my crew, but they are lazy lizards. I'll be honest, I'm not quite sure how you made it here alive.
Okay.
We're done gathering flotsam for the Stinky Breton now, yes? We have Oblon back. But now there's the matter of getting off this rock.
What do you have in mind?
Adwig was telling us about a pirate cove to the north. Apparently it's crawling with sea elves. But if the Prowler is still anchored here, that's where it will be. You and I should go. The others can meet up with us once Oblon recovers.
Will Oblon be safe with Adwig?
Adwig promised not to hang Oblon upside down again, so there's that at least. He seems anxious to leave Amenos, and also anxious to stay. Difficult to say. I think he will help us though. Once they're ready, they'll find us near the cove.
Alright, let's go look for the Prowler. Now we wait for the... There she is.
I knew this island couldn't break the Prowler. She is sleek and strong and beautiful, just like her captain.
So what now?
Well, we can't just barge in. We're not blue enough or ugly enough to pass for sea elves, so disguise isn't an option. Let's keep moving along the ridge. Adwig said he'd try to meet us on the far side of the cove. I might have a plan.
What is it?
You won't like it. Well, maybe you will. You have a bit of a wild streak, yes? You said the sea elves were gathering kindle pitch back on the shoals. See if you can find any and bring it along. I'll go ahead and try to find Oblan and Adwig.
Alright, I'll gather some kindle pitch, then find you and the others.
I just want to look at my ship a bit longer. You never know how much you love a thing until it's snatched up by Finiard corsairs, you know?
You sure you want to make this journey alone?
Of course I do. No offense, but I treasure every moment I get to be alone. Privacy is not something we sea captains have in great supply. Anyway, you're the one who's going to be carrying sacks of exploding powder, right? My job's easy. You'll be careful with that kindle pitch, right? I'll meet you with the others soon.
I mean, if I'm not careful with it, we'll quickly know about it when I go kaboom!
Stendar was with us in that fight.
You know of a way down into the cove, right?
Can you
made
believe this cat? What? Oh, right. He's back home. Look, of course I know the way. I'll get you down there pretty as you please.
You made it. And with the kindle pitch, too. Good work.
Yes, I found the kindle pitch. What's the plan?
Adwig knows a secret entrance into the cove, but it's risky. Not much cover. We're going to need a distraction, and that's where the kindle pitch comes in. You don't mind taking on a dangerous mission, do you? I mean, a more dangerous mission?
What do you need me to do?
I need you to lead Oblan to an overlook. It's got a perfect view of the elves' flagship. Now, here's the tough part. You need to board the sea elf ship, place kindle pitch all over it, then signal Oblan to loose a fiery arrow onto the deck.
You mean to blow it up?
Ha! Like a Palatine fire blossom, one of the really big ones. Once your work is done, run to the Prowler. We will meet you on board, hopefully. Don't worry, this plan will work. And if it doesn't, we'll all be too dead to argue about it.
Alright, Oblan and I will blow up the CL ship and then meet you at the Prowler.
You and Oblan better get a move on. Make sure that idiot doesn't fall off of any rock ledges, or this whole plan goes belly up.
This plan is crazy. Like skooma cat crazy. Why do we never have anything good to drink when Captain Jimala makes us do things like this?
You really think it's that crazy?
Well, Jimala and I have been through a lot, and she's never steered me wrong. We may have our differences now and again, but I trust her with my life. And if she trusts you, I trust you. You're trustworthy, right?
Don't worry. Do you remember your job?
Yes. You're going to lead me to the overlook above the cove, so I can get a gull's eye view of the sea elf ship. Once you plant the kindle pitch and give me the signal, I'll loose a fiery arrow onto the deck. Then, boom!
Right, let's head to the overlook.
Jimala wants me to loose the arrow. Me! I couldn't spear a whale if it landed on the quarterdeck. It will be fine, though. Yes, totally fine. cannot wait to get back out to sea. We've been on land far too long. We part company here, I think. I'll get into position and await your signal. Good luck.
There's a sack of supplies over there. What's inside?
Hey, partner, over here. I found you. Thank Jode. Sorry, we don't normally run this much at sea. But we have a problem.
What is it?
The Doni Sea Elves locked the Prowler's wheel. Tough to tell at this distance, but the chain links seem too thick to break. We need a key.
Where do you think they're keeping the key?
The Sea Elf captain's quarters is my best guess. Check there. Before you blow up the ship, in case that part was not obvious. I have to get back to Adwick. Good luck.
You too.
I feel sorry for any sea elves that get between me and my ship.
No guts, no glory.
You killed me on my own ship.
Yep. Grab the first key, or grab the key. Grab the coins, loot literally everything. Alright, kindle pitch is set. We're getting ready to blow up this puppy to pieces. It's actually quite an amazing scene.
Oh there! Are we ready to light it up?
Whistle blown.
Coming right up! Now hurry up and get to the Prowler! I'll meet you and the others there!
They've actually gotten really good at doing stuff like that on, like in the engine instead of having to do it like in separate cinematics, like most games do. They've gotten really good at doing stuff like that in game. So.
Oh, sure, now everyone arrives. After I've already taken out the pirates. Typical.
Did you see that shot? A thing of beauty, that's what it was!
Wait till the lads hear about this. Oh.
Yes, yes, we're all very happy. We'll have time to celebrate after we weigh anchor. Unlock the wheel, my friend, and let's get out of here. Great work. Now get us out of this cove and to a nearby shore.
Fine sailing, my friend. First rate.
Well, that was exhilarating, right? Finally, my ship is back where it belongs, in the hands of her loving captain. And we have you and this strange hermit to thank.
You're welcome.
I promise I will never let the Prowler out of my sight again. Oblon, though? If Oblon wanders off again, he is on his own. Here, for your
That's
trouble.
mean.
And if you're ever looking for somewhere to share a drink and a song, you're always welcome aboard. You were a real help out there, Edwig. I could use a smelly, resourceful Breton on the Prowler.
Truly? Mara's mercy. It would be good to get off this rock, but my crew.
Saying goodbye is never easy, but I am certain that your crew will understand.
You're right, Jimala. Donald and Watkins can see to the others. It's time. Time to move on.
So the next time we see the captain, she's gonna have the crazy Breton with her. Oh, great. We are almost done with Amanos. We just have to go pick up this sky shard and then do this, the last part of the main quest here. And then the only thing left to do will be the public dungeons after we finish the main story. Honestly, the way this is looking, I don't know if we're going to get the main story done today, but I honestly think next week we can finish the main story. So the first stream in August, and then I can knock out the public dungeons. And it's completely possible that we can get started on Greenshade next week or the week after. So we could have like 2.5 months of uncontested working on Almighty Dominion time. It's actually looking pretty good for starting Skyrim next year. Or, well, next streaming cycle, so. Because I'll have everything in ESO done that I want to do until new content drops, so. No, I want to go back the other way. What am I doing?
Sister, we can't just threaten everyone into becoming druids. We need these good folks to appreciate the woods, not fear them.
I hear them, but I can't ever see them. It's like, I swear, there's all these random encounters where there's people talking to each other, and I can never find them. I start to look for them, and they're not there. I don't know if that's a bug, or if I'm just missing them, or what, but if you hear people talking, you're supposed to be able to locate them and then have a little interaction with them, but
It'd be nice to get off my feet.
you're not on your feet, you're riding on a mount. Specifically, I don't even, no, you are running. I don't know why you're not mounted, but you're not. All right.
I'll draw the serpents out. Be ready.
Hands off, you bastard!
That's one of the nobles Dishchi wants.
High King
Unlock
Emmerich
the gate.
is
Grab
no
him.
one's prisoner.
Steady, my friend.
Attack!
Well done. Casket and I will cause a distraction.
Any battle we can walk away from, eh?
The Ascendant Order won't make good on their promise if he's dead next breath.
Can I assume this is a rescue? The King's Arrow? Is that really you, my friend? Where you fly, victory is sure to follow. But what are you doing here? How did you find me?
I'm here with High King Emmerich and Queen Irene. We came to rescue you.
So all 3 Alliance delegates still live? Good. As soon as I came ashore, I was set upon by the serpents. I made the bastards pay. But even the son of Uran, the Skull King, can't fight an entire prison gang on his own. There were too many of them.
Here's your father's axe. Come on. Once we reach the shore, I can signal a ship to pick us up.
Sungir, axe of the Skull King. Ah, it feels good to cradle you in my arms again, you powerful blade. But we can't go yet. The Serpent said that something called the Ascendant Order is behind us. Their leaders, the Lord and Magus, are here.
Now's not the time, Princess Zakar. We need to get you and the others to High Isle.
And we will, after we deal with the Ascendant Order leaders. Emmerich would agree, and so would Irene. Come, friend. We can deal with these traitors in one fell swoop.
Alright, I'm with you. Let's deal with the Ascendant Order leaders.
With Sungir once more in hand, I feel better already. Let's find this Ascendant Lord and his Magus. I want to show them what it means to attack a Nord warrior.
Why isn't your father attending the peace talks?
Someone was going to ask that eventually. Publicly, Yoren wants me to step up. The Pact is a sprawling alliance facing threats from all sides. The Skull King has many responsibilities. This is his way to finally allow me to share his burdens.
And privately?
Privately? The old goat is someone warming his bed at night, and refuses to stray too far from home. She's a lovely Riften lass. Brunhilde. My father's never been happier. He was only too eager to let me travel in his stead and represent the Pact.
After all this, do you still plan to participate in the peace talks?
Hope is for poets, like my father. I am a warrior. One does not shy from battle at the first sign of danger. Even if nothing is gained from these conversations, Emmerich, Irene, and I shall be the ones who decide when to quit the field.
Tell me more about yourself, Prince.
Curious about the Prince of Windhelm, are you? What do you want to know?
Nah, we already know all this stuff.
It feels good to be armed again. I've missed you, Sungir.
I'll get Irene and Casca. We'll wait for your signal.
least the High King seems to have his priorities in order.
There. Let's listen in.
We will have your missing nobles by day's end, my lord.
See that you do. Magus, summon the Order. We meet on High Isle on the morrow.
Enough! Let's get down there!
My liege, we must go.
Not over yet, there's still more.
I won't allow you to escape.
Go on. Find a way outside so you can signal the ship. I need a moment. Guess I'm not as recovered as I thought.
Any battle we can walk away from, eh?
I can see the ocean. That's a good place to use your signal. Shore's bones. Let's see that light all the way back in Wilhelm. Let's get to the dock.
Can't go that way.
Hold them at bay. Sea elf rituals are fickle things that I should quietly storm.
Green serpents! Attack!
Don't let them interrupt the queen.
No! My pet! No! My pet! I'll kill you!
No ship can reach us through this storm.
Patience, lad. Irene is working on that.
Wind, waves, and source. Heed my call and still your fury.
It's working!
I don't believe it. She actually did it.
Onto the ship, quickly.
We did it, we're away. Ooh.
Friend, give the word and Saji will have you back at Mandrake Manor before you know it.
A daring rescue, a clean escape. Well done, my friend. I can't wait to tell Queen Maria all about it.
How have you been, Your Majesty?
Very well. Thanks for asking. It feels like forever and a day since you acted with my authority on the Covenant's behalf, doesn't it? I must say, shipwrecked or not, it's a pleasure to have you by my side again.
And it's not that long for me. It was only just a few months ago. What did you think about the events in Orsinium?
Korog. He was complicated. Quite literally saved my life, you know. Your role in his death and Basrag's rise to power, all very understandable given the situation. But I'd be lying if I said it wasn't a somber day when I heard the news.
How are you getting along with Barzog?
Well, we've had him by the palace a few times. He brings along a barrel of Korog's favorite ale, and we toast the memory of dead warriors. Strong alliances have been forged on less than that, don't you know?
Did you hear about the Daedric plot in Blackwood?
I did. The reports were terrible. After everything that's happened, you'd think one more Daedric prince trying to take over the world wouldn't shock me. And yet...
The Emperor making weapons of children is a lot to stomach.
It's not as if the Longhouse Emperors were known for their temperance, but yes, it's disgusting. Incredibly impressive, your actions in Blackwood.
I like how they recognize
Fills my
the
heart
things
with
you've done.
pride to know the High King knows something of our deeds.
The Ascended Magus and his lord are cowards. Neither would stand and fight. They call themselves knights? Hardly. At least we heard their plans. A meeting on High Isle, we heard the Ascended Lord say.
How fares the Alliance?
The Ebonheart Pact is as strong as ever, thanks in part to warriors like you. Tell me, are you still having fun? Does your heart still leap at the sight of the dragon banner?
Yes, Princess Akar, it does.
Good. At first I had my doubts about this alliance. But fighting alongside the Dark Elves and the Argonians, I have learned we are stronger together. This is why the pact was forged. Why one day, our banner will fly across all of Tamriel.
How have you been, Princess Akar?
You mean aside from being half drowned and captured by a prison gang? I fought in many battles, worked at my father's side, and I have started knitting. One of the grands at the castle has been teaching me. Says it's good for my temperament.
The events in Vardenfell, what do you think of them?
If you put a blade to my neck and asked me to explain Almis, Alsav, the tribunal, I'd probably go down in a spray of blood. I read in the reports you were there. Saved a god, stopped a rock from the heavens. Stand it fair for you.
It was a strange experience.
I can only imagine. Father introduced me to the tribunal. When Lord Vivek spoke, it was like the chimes of the universe sounding in my ears. And so the seal... I'm not so sure about that one. Almalexia is all right, though. Intense, but all right.
It's funny because Almalexia is the one that snaps and tries to kill the others. Our battle in Solitude is not something I'll soon forget.
Nor I, my friend. Vampires and a mad Jarl. Now that's the stuff my father loves to sing about. And that Svana is... well, she's a commanding presence. She's changed so much since we were children.
Do you fancy her, sir?
What? No. What an impertinent question. You are lucky you are the savior of Western Skyrim. Fancy Svana, I could never...
He fancies her, all right.
What were we talking about again?
Did you hear about my adventure in Murkmire?
Your adventure in... Oh, yes. Something about a big sack of amber, right? As brave as the Argonians can be, the Hist makes as much sense to me as a high elf at Hrothgar. Did you stop some kind of threat? Or save someone's life?
It was a sad day. I had to leave behind a friend to save some people in need.
Truly. Apologies for my levity, friend. Ask a Nord warband if they would die for their fellows, and you will see a forest of raised fists. Yet another thing my people and the warriors of Blackmarsh have in common, I suppose.
As depressing as it sounds, that's the most fun I've had in months. To be honest, I wasn't sure the ritual would work. If it hadn't, let's assume Zaji could have navigated through the storm and reached us anyway. Yeah, let's go with that.
How have you been, Your Majesty?
They say these are the times that try a Mer's soul, but I want to believe I've risen to the occasion. Our first adventure together feels like a lifetime ago, though, doesn't it? If I'm to be stuck on a jungle island with anyone, I'm glad it's you.
I mean, we're still working on our adventure together, technically. I was sad not to see you on Somerset.
I was as well. That business was ghastly, and I thank you for your help. Meanwhile, I was stuck in yet another interminable meeting at Eldenroot. I can assure you, Daedric princes or no, you were having more fun than I was.
I suppose. About the Proxy Queen.
I'm sorry. You met Elwinari at a very difficult time. She's actually a lovely person, and she has a brilliant mind. I desperately wish I could have been there to lend my aid. And my sword arm. I don't get to unsheath my sword nearly enough.
How is Rosendar these days?
I swear, that eye of mine. He gets friskier and friskier with each passing day. Our last conversation was not about matters of state or threats to my security, but about the meritorious backside of a Gratwood emissary. Riveting.
I'm surprised he's not here with you.
I sent him on ahead to prepare the way, but who knows where that cat has gotten to. I promised there would be no trouble, that all the secrecy and careful planning would make the voyage uneventful. Stars above, I'll never hear the end of it now.
Have you had a chance to speak to Queen Chimera?
I have. I would have said anyone was better than that terrible Tharn woman, but Chimera is a stars-blessed delight. She's so brave. The idea of the two of you facing down dragons. That's another battle I could only read about in an eyes report.
She's going to make an excellent queen.
I think so as well. Core to the Dominion is self-governance and respect for every culture. But if we can see a unified Anakina and Palatine, if the Khajiit people can rally behind a single voice, it would certainly make my life easier.
I'm sure.
You know, Queen...
Zaji's ship was closest when the signal flare ignited. Do you like it? I call it the perfect pounce, too! Anyway, Zaji is supposed to get you back to Mandrake Manor as quick as he can. Just give the order, and we'll leave these dreadful shores.
Take us home, Zaji.
Nice to be back in the city. Lady Arabelle wants you back at Mandrake Manor, friend. I'll see you there.
Alright, I'm returning to the manor. Wait, what? That was weird.
Walker, Lady Arabelle wants to see you in the courtyard, out back.
Well, here comes our hero now. Well done, my dear.
Excellent. Who wants a drink? The Prince of Windhelm is buying.
Hold fast there, lad. We're safe for now, but the battle's just begun.
Good work finding the Alliance leaders and getting them off Amanos safely. I'm quite proud of you, my dear. Lord Bacaro and I will spirit them to a more secure location shortly. Then we can turn our attention back to the Ascendant Order.
The Ascendant Order plans to hold a large gathering somewhere on High Isle.
So Prince Ernskar told me. We'll get to that. First, you need to rest, and I need to make sure our royal guests remain safe. For now, take this. As long as I can count on you, there's more where that came from. Thanks to you, the royals have finally reached High Isle. While the Ascendant Order has lost their prizes, they remain a threat. Once the Ascendant Lord and his Magus learn the Alliance leaders are here, they will stop at nothing to reach them.
How do we protect the Alliance leaders until the peace talks?
Lord Bacaro and I have a secure place. They'll be safe enough there. So far, we've been on the defensive, reacting to events. The time has come to take the fight to the Ascendant Order, and my plan starts with this meeting you heard about on Amanos.
Right, the Ascendant Order told the Magus to assemble the Order on High Isle.
And I think I know how to determine where this assemblage will take place. While you were away, I received reports of Ascendant Order activity at Mistmouth Cave. I propose we investigate, and if luck is with us, catch ourselves a Lord and a Magus.
I'll help you investigate Mistmouth Cave.
Mistmouth Cave lies on the northern coast of High Isle. It's a favorite of outlaws and pirates. I'll meet you there. I need to go over some details with Jakan one more time. Things tend to go in one ear and out the other with that one, you know.
The Alliance leaders aren't safe here at Mandrake Manor.
Not as safe as they could be. Lord Bacaro, Valessi, and I arranged for the Mages Guild to protect the conference site on All Flags Islet with powerful defensive spells. I'll rest easier with the delegates safely behind those wards.
So the peace talks will go forward?
That's our hope. Now that the Alliance leaders are here and safe, they just need a little time to recover from their ordeal. And we need to make sure the Ascendant Order no longer poses a threat.
Are you sure you want to investigate the cave in person?
Worried about me? Oh, pish-posh. I was dealing with brigands, trolls, and threats to the realm since well before Rancer launched his ill-fated little war. There's nothing in this archipelago that I can't handle. But thanks for your concern, dear.
Why must we sit on our hands? The Dominion can crush the Ascendant Order with one fell blow.
I will not allow the Dominion to land warriors on Breton shores. The Daggerfall Covenant will handle this matter.
Summon your fleets and I will leave. The Ebonheart Pact will not negotiate under threat of attack.
Patience, please. This is a delicate situation. Let us handle this. Now go with Jakan. He'll see you to a safer location.
I'm off, guys. Don't worry, I'll take care of it.
There. I recharged the medallions. They can be returned to the delegates.
What a strange magic.
Our little group keeps getting bigger. Look at the giant ominous volcano with rivers of lava coming down. By the way, that island right there in the distance and the little ruin that's over there, I think that's where we're going next next expansion in November for the second half of this story.
I don't like the looks of that volcano. As if we didn't have enough trouble already. Could this be related to what Valessi and you discovered at the Druidic Circle? Could the Ascendant Magus really affect the volcano to such an extent?
We know the ground shook when he cast a spell in Castle Navir.
That's true. The ground rumbled when he summoned a storm at the castle. And the volcanic vents became active after he conjured the storm that wrecked the Alliance ships. There was no storm this time, though.
What can we do about the volcano?
Absolutely nothing, dear. But Mount Firesong hasn't erupted in centuries. The druids maintain its slumber. Let's hope they can keep it calm until we stop the Magus from drawing more power. In the meantime, let's look inside Mistmouth Cave, shall we?
What are we looking for?
Anything that points us to the Order's upcoming meeting. If the Ascendant Magus sent out a summons, someone here should know about it. And keep watch for anything else of importance. You never know what clue will be the one to solve the mystery.
Tell me more about Yvlion and Mount Firesong.
Mount Firesong is the volcano that rises above the island of Yvlion. You can see it in the distance. It's always been restless, and its vents and hot springs stretch throughout the archipelago. I didn't think too much about the initial rumbles.
You mentioned the druids had something to do with the volcano?
The Stone Lord druids administer to the vents here on High Isle, but the Firesong Circle controls Yvlion. Outsiders aren't welcome there, and I've never seen one of their druids. They say the Firesongs work to keep the volcano appeased.
I hope that doesn't mean like
Head
sacrificing
inside.
beautiful
I'm right
young
behind
maidens
you.
to it. Which is traditionally how owners appease the volcanoes.
Volkesh, be careful. They're drawn to volcanic activity. Dead Ascendant Order Knights? They must have fallen to the lava creatures.
Secret river.
A map of Castle Navarre. The
Secret
Order attacked there already,
tunnel.
but this
The
map
secret
shows a river where there
tunnel.
shouldn't be one.
Through the mountains. Secret, secret, secret tunnel.
This cave is crawling with Ascendant Order Knights and Volkesh. We should be careful.
Well.
I have learned much since the failure of the summoned storm. It is clear that tapping into the earth energies of this volcanic island lends immense power to my magic, but any miscalculation sends the spell spiraling out of control with potentially disastrous results. Our friends on Yfrion could have been clearer about that. Regardless, I believe I have worked it out now. The last test was even more impressive than I expected. With this power at my disposal, our plans to attack the remaining document is burned and illegible.
The Magus must have come here to continue his experiments. He plans to use this power in their next attack. We need to determine the target.
We will stop it.
Another tremor. Step carefully, dear.
The 3 targets came ashore on Amanos, so you may call off your search for the search of the beaches of High Isle. Be aware that the 3 targets have been rescued and are likely on their way to High Isle even as I pen these words. No matter, the Ascendant Lord has summoned the order to council. Come to the hall below the Sleeping Knights as soon as you can. Bring this letter. You will need my seal to gain entrance. The Ascendant Magus.
A summons to a council of the Ascendant Order. This is what we've been looking for. Let's talk. So let's review what we found. First, there was a map of Castle Navir that showed a river that doesn't exist. At least it's not on the surface. If it depicts an underground river, it could also indicate a hidden passage beneath the castle.
There's also a partially destroyed note about experimenting with volcanic energy.
Let me see that again. Yes. The Ascendant Magus thinks he can draw on the volcano to lend power to his spells. The next target they attack, he'll have more control over his ritual.
We also found a summons to come to the hall below the Sleeping Knights.
Below the Sleeping Knights? What could that mean? Statues or bodies? I suspect we're looking for catacombs again, like the ones we found beneath Urbane Chapel. But I saw no Sleeping Knights there.
What do you think happened to the knight who received this summons?
I assume that the poor departed Banneret Janine succumbed either to the heat and fumes in these caves, or to the Volkesh that congregate near the lava pools. But their misfortune is our good luck. We have what we need to move forward.
You know what all this means?
Of course. It becomes quite clear when you put all the pieces together. The Deforts have interred their dead in the vaults beneath their castle for centuries. The Order must be meeting in the Navir dungeons. I'll collect Jakan and meet you there.
Alright, so I shall head there immediately. Hey, welcome to the stream. How are you today? Like, can you join me in playing, or can you join me in, like, I'm confused, I'm sorry. Are you on PS4? Are you on PS? Okay. What are you doing this quest that I'm on? Cause I'm working on the main quest. But if you, what's your username? Alright, let me see if I can find you.
There! Over here!
Very subtle, Lady A.
And of course I can't see. I don't think it's gonna let me while I'm streaming, because I'm streaming directly from the PS4. It's just not gonna work. Wait, here we go. Nope, that's not. Yeah, it's not gonna let me do it right now. I'm sorry. Maybe after the stream I can try to find you. But I've only got about 30 minutes left of the stream, so I need to progress. I apologize.
And I have been watching the entrance. There are definitely people going into the dungeons and not coming out. They must be throwing quite a party down there.
Yeah, if you can find me,
no
I'm Stormer Mia.
Ascendant Magus, though. He may already be inside.
How do you want to do this, Lady Arabelle?
By using the summons we found in Mistmouth Cave, naturally. Take Jakan with you and present the note if anyone tries to stop you. Once inside, confront the Ascendant Magus and disrupt whatever plan the Order has in motion. Simple as that, dear.
How do you want us to handle the Ascendant Lord and Magus?
Oh, take them down with as much violence as possible. That goes without saying. But try not to take on the entire Order by yourselves. Good help is hard to find. If you can expose the Lord or Magus's identities, that might be enough to defeat them.
One problem. Neither Jakar nor I look like Ascendant Order Knights.
Who does under the armor and hoods? I threw together some Ascendant Order outfits for the two of you. All you need to do is act like you belong there. Here, try them on.
Ascendant Order disguise.
Ooh, they fit perfectly.
Oh yeah, I
Get in
definitely
there and
look
find
like a
out what the
Breton.
Ascendant Magus is up to.
You couldn't find something a little more flattering?
The idea is to blend in, Jakan. You both look positively menacing.
I mean, I'm just absolutely not right for this role as a lizard, but you know. Don't tell Lady A, but this is actually one of the better schemes I've been involved in. We got a good chance to corner the Ascendant Magus, assuming we don't get recognized and killed. Now stick close and follow me. I guess it was supposed to be voiced there, but it didn't go through for some reason.
Lady Arabelle was right. This looks like the place. Probably
The
behind that
recruits
door.
must wait outside. The Magus will address you later.
That's not fair. We want to attend the main meeting.
Stop right there. Only full members of the Order are allowed to attend the meeting. New recruits must wait out here until the Magus decides to address you.
I received this supposed to be at the meeting.
Let me see that. That's the Ascendant Magus's seal, all right. Very well. You can go in, but enter quietly. You're quite late and the meeting has already started.
Hey, we were here first.
This isn't the market, recruit. Back in line.
Our ships are ready, my lord. We can attack all Flags Islet on your command.
And you can control the druid magic. It will take great power to breach the keep's defenses. We cannot afford another mishap.
I can, my lord. The Alliance leaders will have nowhere to hide after I tear down their walls.
Go then. Begin the attack.
They know we took the Royals to all Flags? And the Magus has ships ready to attack? We can't let him get away. Try the door to the right.
I'm on my way.
Careful. I don't think that letter you found will work down here. We're gonna have to fight.
That's the end of that tale.
Magical traps. Watch your step.
Well, the costume's gone, but that's okay. I'm still the battle lizard.
I hope I was of some assistance.
Speaking of, I need to check something real quick. Did I ever finish leveling? Yep, two-handed's finished leveling. Yep, all the armor skills have finished leveling as well. So I'm actually set up if I ever to build the Nirn's mightiest lizard if I need to.
Didn't Lady Arabelle mention an underground river?
I think it's about time to switch to Nirn's mightiest lizard.
Look at that. An underground river. But I don't see the Magus. Let's look around.
The final phase of our plans is in motion. Bring your ships to the Navier docks to take on your complement of Night Order Knights. We control the docks and you can load in safety. Once your vessels are ready for battle, sail into the waters south of High Isle, remain just out of sight off the coast, and wait for the signal. If she is ready to sail in time, I will take Silver Swan as my flagship. Otherwise, I will fly my flag on the Storm Saucer? I don't understand what that means, I'm sorry. I will fly my flag on the Storm Petal, the Ascendant Magus. Saucer. I don't understand what that is, I'm sorry.
Hounds. Did you think you could sniff around undetected?
Hello, Ascendant
You are
Magus.
annoyingly persistent. Well, my foolish adversaries, the Ascendant Order can be persistent too. Did you really think you defeated us when you retrieved your precious royals from Aminos? All you did was gather them in one place for me.
What do you hope to accomplish, Magus?
Would-be emperors have brought nothing but conflict and turmoil to Tamriel. Lord Bacaro is a fool to think peace can be won with gentle words. It's time to throw down those who aspire to the Ruby Throne and mete out justice with the sword.
If you kill the Alliance leaders, how will you achieve peace?
We will assume power and put an end to this wretched war. Strength can win the peace Lord Bacaro hopes for. Hard choices must be made. But one day, the peoples of Tamriel will thank us. A pity you are too blind to see this simple truth.
Truth doesn't hide under a helm. Who are you?
You really don't know. I suppose even the legendary skills of Lady Arabelle DeVoe were no match for the Ascendant Lord and his brilliant strategy. But come now, you've worked beside the investigator. Surely you've learned something. Make a guess.
Alright, so let's look at the evidence. We have a power-hungry mage with a god complex. He is a Breton male of nobility, so the Stewart is out. He has access to privileged information, so Joan Marad is out. So you, sir, are the mage of High Isle, Count de Montdufort. Accuse.
Well done.
Perhaps you are a worthy foe. Still, it's too late to stop me. If only Lady Arabelle were here to witness this. Ah, but she is. My knights found her outside. She faces justice in the dungeons below. If you hurry, maybe you can save her.
House Dufort.
I wish we could chat longer, but the tide waits for no one. Do give Lady Arabelle my regards.
He's gone, damn it! Come on, we gotta find Lady Arabelle.
Strange. I didn't think you could get more powerful.
I got a champion point. That's cool. What am I at now? 1866.
Oh, please. Only 8 of you. I expected more of a fight.
Only 8 of you, she says?
Any battle we can walk away from, eh?
There you are, dears. Why, Jakan, You look positively panicked. What's wrong?
Her skills
The Magus said that you
surprise
were...
me.
that they would... never mind. Friend, tell Lady Arabelle what we found out.
I met the Ascendant Magus here. He was smug and annoying, and definitely a noble. But his helm disguised his voice. I thought I was fine when he only left 4 knights to guard me, but then 2 more arrived. If you hadn't drawn them away...
We met him too. The Ascendant Magus is Count Demon de Fort, but he got away.
Demar du Fort? There was something familiar about that voice, but I couldn't place it. When he captured me, I no doubt became the perfect distraction to use against you. Sorry about that, dear. Still, thank you for coming to my rescue.
The Ascendant Order has gathered warships for an attack on All Flags Islet.
Where I just sent the delegates? Damn it! Very well. We're close to the Navir docks. If Count Demard is launching a naval attack, he'll want the Silver Swan, assuming she's seaworthy. If we hurry, we might catch him before he sets sail.
How'd you know that? We found orders that mentioned he'd take the Silver Swan or the Storm Patrol.
I'm very observant, dear. Duchess Alea's new flagship is the largest vessel ever constructed by the Dufort shipyards. The Duchess planned to inspect her today, which gives us another reason to hurry. Who knows what Count Demard will do to his sister? Let's meet at the Navir docks, dears. They're just south of the castle. Stuart, have you seen Count Demard or Duchess Alea?
Count Demard? Why, no. Duchess Alea, however, is touring the Silver Swan. She does not wish to be disturbed. Good day.
We have no time to be delayed by silly formalities. Dear, please reason with the steward. Jakar,
I think I made things perfectly clear, Mainlander. I haven't seen Count Demard all day, and Duchess Alea does not care to entertain visitors. Leave, or I will summon Dufort Knights to drag you away.
Count Demard is a member of the Ascendant Order. He plans to seize the Silver Swan.
Ridiculous! You slander House Dufort at your own peril. I assure you, no one but House Dufort retainers are permitted in this area. Their loyalty is unquestioned.
Listen, Duchess Alea might be in danger.
I see no rogue knights here or hostile ships off our shore. Enough of this nonsense. The only threat here is you. The Duchess plans to sail with the tide. If I catch any of you sneaking around these docks, I will have you flogged. Away with you!
He says that, and then he promptly runs.
The steward is definitely hiding something. Look for a launch at the end of the pier to take us to the Swan.
On my way. Dang it, Ascendant Order. We ain't going that way.
There's the Silver Swan, moored out in the bay. Hurry! If they set sail, we'll never catch her. It looks like the portholes are open. Up the ladder, dear. I'm right behind you.
Hello, Stuart.
Curse your meddling! For the Ascendant Order! For the Ascendant Order!
I'm sorry, you didn't really do very much there. But then again, most bad guys don't when they try to fight me.
Someone please help! They locked me in my cabin!
The Duchess! Up the stairs, my dear.
Duchess.
My own steward turned against me. He had the audacity to lock me in my own cabin.
Speak with the Duchess, dear. I'll have a look around.
Oh, thank you. You arrived just in time. My steward locked me in my own cabin. The nerve! I thought he was surely going to take me away, never to be found.
Tell me what happened, Duchess.
I came to inspect my new flagship. When I arrived, Steward Hersey led me to my cabin and locked the door. He said we were to set sail. That I would be kept safe until the Ascendant Order finished their work. I have no idea what he was talking about.
Count Demard is one of the Ascendant Order's leaders. He calls himself the Ascendant Magus. Did you know?
My brother is the Ascendant Magus? I assure you I had no idea. I have nothing to do with those rogue knights. They are dangerous rebels and outlaws. Why, they even convinced my own steward to kidnap me.
Do you know where Count Demard is now?
Well, no. I saw Demard earlier, but when he learned the Swan wasn't ready to sail, he said he made other arrangements. He spoke with Steward Hersian, gave him a letter, and departed. Wait. The steward left the letter behind in his rush. I'm sure.
Well, I mean, that's good because he's dead anyways. So.
Find that letter.
This is a nice. This is really nice. I mean, like, really, really, really nice. Ooh. High Isle Brazier. Excuse me while I quietly loot the entirety of your. I'll get that in a second. To all knights of the Ascendant Order, the Ascendant Lord has learned that Lady Arabelle and her associates rescued the Alliance leaders from Amanos. She sent them to All Flags Net Islet. This means we must put our contingency plan into effect immediately. Silver Swan is not yet fully seaworthy, so I'm giving Hersian command of the Nerean Song. Meet him in the Hidden Cove. Hersian is to take command, sail her to All Flags Islet, and join the battle. I have another ship at my disposal. The Silver Swan is a safe place to hold Duchess Alea until our work is done at All Flags. See to it that she is guarded well. The Ascendant Magus.
You found Demard's letter? What does it say? I see you found the letter. Don't keep me in suspense, dear. Tell me what it says.
Count Dermod told the steward to take the command of another ship and sail to All Flags Islet.
Let me see. A contingency plan, eh? The Ascendant Order expected the Alliance leaders to drown in the shipwreck, but it seems they were prepared to launch a direct attack on All Flags Islet if all else failed. And now it has come to that.
So what do we do now?
We must warn Lord Bacaro of the danger. If we can't trust House Dufort's knights, we'll need whatever troops House Valoris and the Society of the Steadfast can scrape up. Lord Bacaro is supposed to meet me at Mandrake Manor. I'll see you there.
Alright, we'll head there immediately.
I am simply mortified. My brother and my steward. Traitors. I must return to my castle and barricade the gates.
Steadfast don't have many warriors. We're a humanitarian group. It may take some time, but I'll rally what I can.
Then I'll find the time you need. While you gather your forces, I'll do what I can to delay the attack.
The Ascended Order will expect us to reinforce All Flags Island.
I'll think of something. I always do. Count Demard, or should I call him the Magus, he thinks I'm dead beneath Castle Nevere, that Duchess Alea is locked aboard the Silver Swan, and that his victory is assured. But thanks to you, he's wrong about everything. We're not finished yet, dear.
Do you really think we can stop the Ascended Order?
Let's just say I have faith. Look what we accomplished. We know who wears the helm of the Ascended Magus, and we learn the Order is moving against all flags. We have a chance to stop Count Demard yet. Take this, dear. You more than earned it. We determined that Count Demard is the Ascended Magus, and we discovered his plan to attack All Flags Islet. As you can see, I need your help, my friend. The Alliance leaders are in grave danger.
How can we protect the leaders from the Ascended Order fleet?
I believe we can hold All Flags Castle with a few warriors. But if we need to fight our way past the Ascended Order forces, we'll never reach the Alliance leaders in time. We require a ship the Ascended Magus won't suspect.
Where do we get a ship like that?
Remember Demard's letter to the steward? The Ascendant Order ship, Nereid's Song. It's waiting for the steward in a hidden cove. We just need to commandeer it and sail to All Flags like the rest of the ships in their fleet. Can I count on your help?
Sure, I'll help you steal a ship and sail to All Flags Islet.
First, we must find the cove where the Nereid's Song is hidden. I have no idea what cove Demard's letter referred to, but Captain Colleen might. She and the other captains are down by the harbor. We'll need them all to crew the ship, I suspect.
Can't we just take the Silver Swan or one of the other ships at the Nevier docks?
Count Demard expects Steward Hercian to bring Nereid's Song to All Flags Islet. That makes her the perfect vessel to slip past whatever Ascended Order forces are in the lock. Any other ship that encounters their fleet is likely to be attacked.
Where did the Ascended Order get warships?
We knew the Order had resources. Count Demard's rich and his family owns a shipyard. I imagine he quietly ordered some extra construction or even commandeered vessels from his own shipyards. I suspect he's been planning this for quite some time.
Right. So we're almost done. I'm just going to go ahead and get the next part of the quest rolling, and then we're going to stop for the day. And then we will finish the High Isle main story next week, and I'll try to start on the public dungeons, depending on time and stuff. But it shouldn't take too long to get through the... Like, it definitely shouldn't take the full 3 hours to finish next week, so... Hold on, I'm going the wrong way. Not mistaken. They're not here yet. Okay. Later on, some of the people that we've seen before will show up in that place. Unless it's this one. It's this one. Hey, Sergeant.
Bet you weren't expecting to see us again, huh? A lot's happened since we parted ways outside the Coral Cliffs. We made it to Broke Rock Mine and met a house-moored ship at Amanos Station. 2 of the pirates are on their way back to their captain.
What about the other pirate?
Kyrysnia? She decided to stay with me in Veslin, become a transport sentry.
Has House Bernard learned anything new about the Eldertide druids at the Coral Cliffs?
Oh, they always knew about the druids. We're just the first survivors. Turns out, those zealots aren't just messing with sea life. There are rumors of vines bursting from the coast, ground splitting, and one so ridiculous I can hardly believe it.
What's so unbelievable?
A sailor I admire said the druids are experimenting, enchanting some creatures, the likes of which no one's seen or heard of before. Now don't go asking me where. I don't know. Just be on your guard. It is a strange world we live in.
Even more hints for what's coming next, I suspect. I don't know for sure, but that would be my guess. And let's just swim for it. That quest icon you're seeing is for Tales of Tribute. I am not going to be starting that anytime soon. I'm not as big a fan of the game as I thought I was going to be, so.
Come on, just one more match. Give me a chance to win my
Enough
gold
with the games. We should be out there doing something.
Ever hear the old proverb? Opportunity arrives while Khajiit takes nap.
That doesn't even make any sense.
It does when Zaji's feet are tired.
Also, you're playing a card game outside in the rain? That's a bad idea.
Good to see you, friend, but something is wrong. While you and Lady Arabelle were off, we scoured Gonfalon Bay for signs of the Ascendant Order, and we found nothing. Not even one of their damn pamphlets. They're up to something. I know it.
You send the order sending warships to attack All Flags Islet.
I knew it. That explains why we haven't been able to find any of their knights around Gonfalon Bay. The Ascendant Magus must have gathered all of his forces to participate in the attack. What do you need us to do?
We're looking for a ship, Nereid Song. It's in a hidden cove somewhere along the west coast.
The best place to hide a vessel on that part of the island is Jury's Cove, north of the Navir docks. Let me guess. Nereid Song is an Ascendant Order ship. You want to use it to slip past their fleet and rescue the Alliance leaders.
Good guess. Lady Arabelle also needs someone to crew that ship after we steal it.
Here, I'll mark the cove's location on your map. As for a crew, well, you're looking at your captain. As for the rest, I'll see who I can drum up.
So basically
good,
these
but
losers.
2 is even better, yes?
Make that 3.
I can't ask you to join me in this.
You are not asking. Zaji is telling.
Looks like I found a crew. Head to Jury's Cove, friend. We'll collect Lady Arabelle and meet you there.
Alright, so we'll head there, and then that's where we'll end off, like right before we meet up with our allies. So I'm just going to jump to the way shrine nearby it, and then we're going to end off for the day.
Nice to get off my feet.
Like, I think we did fairly well. We finished Amanus Island. We finished 2 main scenario quests. We have just one left, or we have 2 left to go. This one, and then the wrap up that always comes. There's always one quest that's just wrapping up the story. So, and we've already actually found the cove, so we're gonna. But we don't actually have to ride over there. We're just gonna stop at the way shrine. Alright, but that is going to be all for today, guys. I want to thank you for watching the stream if you did. Next week, we are going to be finishing up the High Isle main story, and if I can swing it, we're going to finish the rest of High Isle as well, which means we're going to go and complete the 2 public dungeons, and that should be the lot. Once all of that is done, we are going to head, and just pull up here. We're going to go to Green Shade, and we're going to do the main scenario quest here in Green Shade. So, our main scenario quest. We're going to do the main story in Green Shade when we're done with the High Isle. We've only got 3 zones left in the Aldmeri Dominion storyline, and we're done with it. And then we're going to finish the Sitchik Order storyline, and then we're wrapped up with the Elder Scrolls Online until new content releases. So, look forward to that. I will see you guys next week as we continue more of the Elder Scrolls Online if you wish, the Mighty Battle Lizard. See you guys. Bye.